Hello and welcome to another tutorial from BensBox. Today we're going to be looking at the elseif statement. So this is just another follow-on from the previous two statements that you should have hopefully just seen. That was if statements and if-else statements. Okay. So basically this part is the else-if of an if statement, and this allows us to create another condition during the if statement. Okay, so it's probably made it a bit more complicated than it is. So if I open up the remover and just show you what I've written. Okay, so from the first tutorial we had this if statement. Okay, and then from the previous tutorial we added the else part of the statement. Okay, so this time we're looking at the else if part, and this is all of this here. Okay, so basically what it says is if the variable name is equal to Ben, which it is, print this. Okay, but if it didn't equal to Ben, it was equal to something else, it would run this condition here, else if the name is equal to Frank and that it turns out to be true, do whatever's here. Okay, and if both of these conditions turn out to be false, do whatever is here. Okay, so if I quickly change this variable to Frank, it'll mean that this first condition does turn out to be false, but the else if condition will turn out to be true. Okay, so it will print hey Frank. Let me just show you that. Hey Frank. Okay, so that's pretty good. So what this allows us to do is just create multiple conditions within the one if statement before we provide a task for it to do if all the conditions turn out to be false. Okay, so if we have this to be the name is equal to Bob, I do pick the simple names, don't I? It's going to say hey guess because neither of the conditions are true. Alright, so what we can do, there's no limit really to what we can do, so what we'll do, we'll just create this again. Two curly brackets. Okay, so we've got this condition up here, then we've got this condition here, and then we'll have this condition here, which will be Bob, and say hey Bob. Okay, so now we've got three conditions in this one if statement, and obviously the third condition is equal to true because name is Bob. Okay, so it prints hey Bob, and obviously again, if all these conditions are false, it will do whatever's in the else part of the statement, which is hey guess. Alright, so that's another pretty simple tutorial on the if statements, and this is the last one. So we've got if statements, if else statements, and else if statements. Okay, they're all part of one group, but it's easy to separate them like this. Okay, so hopefully you get the gist of how to produce the else if statements, and else statements. Okay, again, I know these examples aren't really real life examples, but when we do go to the series, you will be using this a lot. Not so much the else if probably. I've never really come across it as much as I do with if and else, but again, we probably will include it somewhere. Alright, so thank you for watching this tutorial again. That is it for the if group of statements. Thank you very much.